What have you been doing this week? Have you been doing at least 5 minutes of fitness every day? Please keep at it. I'm Carol O'Halloran and welcome to Over 50 So What? There's many of us over 50 who are single, and on the show we've looked at dating online and also live music and events like Steppin Out, Life's a Ball, where a single person can go to enjoy music and dancing. We continue chatting today with Brian on internet dating and meeting a date face to face. After the fun 5-minute fitness activity, we're going to look at some water activities. Over 50, over 60, over 70. We meet some happy campers doing things on and in the water. Because there'll be many of you watching who are now single. You might have been married for 20, 30 plus years, and now you find yourself single and on your own. You don't know how to date, you don't know what to do, how to do it. And so we're going to try and navigate our way through some of the things as a single person over 50 or over 60. And we have a chat today with Brian Richmond, who, having been single for 12 years, is going to share his tips and strategies for maximising your success in the dating scene. Hi Brian, great to have you on Over 50 So What?
Great to be on the show, Carol.
So now we've sent that message, I like your profile, and then they've responded back, yes, I find your profile interesting as well. And then you start the conversation, I see you're interested in skiing or, going to the library or whatever it is, and you start this conversation. So you start talking to each other. And then what do you do, Brian?
What I would simply do is, for me, after a couple of texts, I would say, look, we do seem to have a lot in common. I'd love to chat to you over the phone and see if it will take us to perhaps a potential coffee or even a glass of wine. Then I would send my phone number. If the texting has gone okay, there's usually a positive response there.
What do you suggest for talking to someone for the first time on the phone?
Lots of people are quite nervous about that. That's what I feel when I talk to other people, particularly ladies who are a little bit nervous about that. To me, it's never been a nervous thing. It's an exciting thing for me. It's meeting or interacting with a new person. And for me, I've always found it interesting to find out about the person I'm talking to. And that is, as I mentioned before, asking questions. Well, obviously, we've contacted that person because we've got something similar. So let's start off with the conversation would start with the things that we've got in common.
So you send your number and then the lady will ring your number and you start talking on the phone?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say you're chatting on the phone a bit and you seem to be getting on well on the phone. What's the next step?
Well, the next step, of course, is it's lovely chatting to you, Carol. Let's catch up for coffee. Let's catch up at a place that will suit both of us. It could be somewhere. There's lots and lots of nice cafes, particularly in Melbourne, where you can catch up. And you both agree to a time that both suits, and you go from there.
So I believe you think that men need to listen more rather than just talk about themselves. Can you expand on that?
Guys are normally very competitive, and that's the way guys are. That's the way we're brought up since we've been little kids, to compete. And I think what happens out there is that guys generally think by telling the lady what he's got, how much he earns, what he owns, whatever will win the lady. And they end up controlling the conversation. So at the end of the conversation, she knows all about him. He knows nothing about her. I think the general rule of thumb is that guys learn to become listeners.
Getting back to the internet side, how do you know if someone is a real person? There's been multiple stories on the media of scammers and people taking advantage on males and females. So what things from your perspective, what things should people be wary of?
Well, usually a scammer when they first contact you, the emails or the texts will be usually quite often they'll want to get you off the site. So they'll want your email address to get you off the site. That's quite often a little red light. And the fact that they won't talk over the phone, that's not, so basically what happens, getting back to setting this phone number again, what that conveys, I've found for me, is I'm very open. I'm not hiding anything. I'm not after someone's email address. Here I am, and I'm willing to talk to you on the phone. I haven't got a Russian or an African accent. I'm an Australian, and the other person, I'm giving the person on the other end the chance to, to experience that. That's been my thinking, but certainly not to get involved with prolonged texting. Scammers love texting because that's what they do. They love creating a picture by the prose they write. Scammers love that. They come up with these crazy stories, and that's quite often what happens. So they'll paint a picture by endless texting, and then they'll do the best to get you off the site.
Well, from my perspective, alarm bells go off straight away when these people try and connect with me and they're in another country. They could be, they say they're in another country. They're in America, they're in Africa, they're in Europe, they're in whatever. So you've got these random people trying to contact you, and that's immediately sets off alarm bells. And I've seen many multiple media stories, in fact even one today, of people who have been approached by groups of professional scammers in other countries.
I've met people where that's happened to. Exactly. The reality is something like that, even if someone was legitimate, what's the chances of that working out anyway? Look, you're better off meeting people that are in your own city, in your own backyard. Not necessarily, but most of the scamming is done from overseas.
All right, to finish off with today, we're going to just recap, the do's and don'ts for your profile. So do you want to run through the top things to do for your profile?
Okay. Number one, have a recent photo. We covered that one, didn't we? Perhaps doing some of the things you enjoy. This is me on the slopes. This is me, whatever. And perhaps a photo wearing something pretty spiffy, something that you're comfortable in. Perhaps a series of photos. The other thing was that the profile that you write tells a little bit about you, but not too deep. It doesn't have to be, and it doesn't have to be a book that you're writing, about your interests, maybe the sort of work you do. And of course, not to have, it's the photo of you. You haven't got other family members. I mean, I've come across profiles where there's two people in the photo and you don't know who the profile is about. It's important to, when you are interacting with someone else, to listen to the other person and ask questions.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Brian.
Pleasure. We've got people thinking perhaps anyway.
Yeah.
I saw myself blowing in the wind and looked like Phyllis Diller. Let's get into it. 5-minute fitness. We're going to do little steps sideways. And we go. Step, 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 tap. Step, 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 and tap. Step, 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 and tap. Step, 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 and tap. Step, 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 tap. That's it. Nice little sideways move. Yeah. Good stuff. Last one. Hold it there. Foot to the side. So you're standing on this leg. If you need some to hold on to a chair. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, other side. Tap, 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 tap. 4, 3, 2, other side, and tap, 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 4, 3, 2, change. 4, 3, 2, walk, walk. We're going to do walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk, 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 walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk. We're going to go forward and back. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. 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 Back. Walk. Yeah. Walk. Walk. 1, 2, 3. Couple more. Last one. Back to the leg side. 4, 3, 2, side. 1. 4 more. 4, 3, 2. Do it again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walking to the side. Walk and tap. And tap. And tap. Yes. Woo. Back to the middle. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. Let's do it. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. You get your knees up if you're a bit fitter. Let's take them forward. Make sure you've got a clear space on the floor. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. Walk, walk, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Walk, 1, 2, 3. Yeah! 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One more. Back to the middle. We're just going to do a step to the side. A little bounce in it. So you can do little ones like this. Or you can put more energy into it. Take it bigger, put a little bounce into it. If you do small ones, you can do a little small bounce. Relax. Life is good. The sun is out. Walking on the spot. Okay, everybody, put your hand on the back, give yourself a big pat on the back. Well done. Thanks for joining us.
Here we are at Great Getaways, fun camp for the over 55s. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm all wet and bedraggled. I've just jumped off the jetty. I've just kayaked all the way up the lake. Look at these amazing people on paddle boards out there. Canoes, kayaks, paddle boards. We did geocaching this morning. Lots of fun activities. Age, who cares?
Over 50, so what?
be out there doing it. Now guys, this is Colin, who I saw out on his paddleboard today and off his paddleboard today.
Yes, and you saved my hat. You saved my hat and got my shoes later on the shore. Very helpful because a lot of pebbles, it was a bit sore on the old plates of meat.
So out on the paddleboard, the only thing you were really worried about was your hat, wasn't it?
Also my hair.
You didn't want it getting wet?
Yeah, the hair, and so getting my eyes, that was a bit of a problem, but it was okay. I sort of, after a while, I settled down and enjoyed the scenery and the company and all that, so it was good. Yeah, the paddleboard, I'd recommend it to anybody that wants to swim when they don't intend to having a swim. I only fell off twice, so that wasn't too bad. And Carol rescued my hat one time, and so that was good. And we got out on the canoe later on.
And what about the zip line, the flying fox?
Oh yeah, that was good. Yeah, yeah, it was interesting. We'd done a few before, and up across the gully or whatever you like to call it. That was interesting because quite long. It's interesting because the start, normally you've got to climb up to the start of a zip line and then go down. But this one we were already up on the hill, so it was pretty easy.
So how many camps have you been on?
Oh, about 7, I think, something like that.
7, and why do you keep coming back?
To go on to be interviewed by you. That's good enough reason, isn't it? Why do I keep going back? Well, I've got to, haven't I? Because I won the prize on the. So I've got to come back the next one. But.
So what do you like so much about the camps?
Yeah, it's good. You make friends. I've got friends here. Yeah, meeting up with people, different activities, different areas. This is probably one of the best what I reckon we've been to.
Well, this is a camp from Great Getaways. How about this? If you've got a group of people or you're a couple, you can come and share a bunk room together, but you only sleep on the bottom bunk, so you don't have to climb up. If you've got dodgy knees, dodgy hips, don't worry about it. Lovely, comfortable bed, fantastic view. So if you want to come camping, but you'd like to have your privacy, you can even get your own personal room all to yourself, and you get views like this. And what would you say to someone sitting at home who's never been out on a camp?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay where you are, where you're safe. No, really. No, it's a good thing. It's a great thing. It's only, a couple of days, Friday lunchtime till usually Sunday lunchtime. It's a normal camp. So it gives you 2 nights, Friday, Saturday. Something draws me back all the time, and just different activities. Come out and enjoy yourself. I think what they say, to challenge yourself, what you do. Well, I remember at last camp, I hadn't done abseiling before, and it was the last day of the camp. And I was sort of, anyway, abseiling, I went up there and I ended up going down twice. So, and that, by challenging yourself, you change your mindset because you're doing something new, you're concentrating on what you're doing, you're forgetting about all the, you might be frightened of the height or whatever it is, but by challenging yourself, it changes your mindset, which is a great thing, I reckon, because, you can go along a certain distance and all of a sudden you're sort of mediocre, and then you challenge yourself, and then you give yourself a boost. Try something out, try something new.
So there you go, you've got to challenge yourself. Great for your brain, great for your fitness, making new friends, new connections. It can only be good. So we're all going to be back here doing it when we're 100, okay?
There's so much that I've always wanted to do and never had the opportunity to. And today I got the opportunity to just about go face down.
Face down where?
In the water.
Oh, in the water. I was getting
Yes.
a bit worried then. So what were you doing on the water?
Well, I was doing the paddle boarding. I really wanted to do the paddle boarding. It was one of the things that attracted me to come. And I found that I'm a bit useless, really.
Well, the fact you gave it a go on paddleboarding means you're definitely not useless.
Well, I traded that in for a kayak, and it was a really good, but I now feel like I've got some muscles in my thighs that I didn't know I had before.
And so does this mean you're going to put yourself through the same agony again next time?
Oh, definitely. Yes, I'll be back.
So you'll have stronger thighs than ever then?
I'll have the steel thighs.
Oh, I just love the company, the challenges that, we get. And it's just great fun. You laugh all the time. You just have fun with like-minded people. It's wonderful.
Mellows with awesome people, making new friends, trying new things. So how about, guys, what do you say? Over 50?
Why not have a go? What is it that you've thought, I wouldn't mind trying that, or that'd be fun to try? Why not go out in the fresh air and go camping with others of a similar age? You don't have to join in. Just watching others doing fun things might inspire you. And you can always enjoy sitting around the campfire. For more info on Great Getaways camps, please go to our website, carolohalloran.com. When it comes to dating, you may have heard stories about women being taken advantage by professional scammers in other countries, pretending to be single. But men are taken in as well. I've met 2 men who fell prey to international scammers. Please don't start messaging a potential date in another country. It's extremely dangerous. All replays for the show are on YouTube, Over 50 So What, and you can get it on CTV Plus and on the CTV Plus app. Connect with us on Facebook and tell us what you're doing and what you'd like to see on the show. I'm Carol O'Halloran. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching our TV show. Be sure to hit subscribe and then you'll never miss an episode. Jump on Facebook, join our group, get in on the fun, fitness, wellness and inspiration. I'm Carol, over 50. So what?